Hey guys, welcome back to Batu here today with a new video. Today we're taking a look at the Easy SMX 9110 controller. This is a controller you can use on like PC, you can play mobile games with it. It's something I've been interested in for a little while, and the people at Easy SMX reached out to me. They're originally going to send me one of the newer models, I think like the X10 or something like that. That's a more mechanical, heavier one that I think will work with like iPhones and stuff. This one doesn't work with iPhones, sadly, but I can still show off how it works today. This is the 9110, and let's take a look at what's inside the box. So Easy SMX makes controllers that you can use to play games on Steam using like a gamepad. The 9110 looks like this. It also has like RGB stuff like that on the actual, I don't know where your frame is, but on the actual like controller, and the buttons are backlit kind of. You can get ones without like different colors and stuff like that on the faceplates. Now what's cool about these controllers is they also have programmable back buttons, which I think is pretty interesting. So you can set whatever you want. There's actually 4 buttons back here, and then your normal buttons everywhere else. It's got sort of the Xbox layout for sticks. I'm usually more of like a PlayStation equal sticks guy, but I don't really mind it either way. They have vibration on these, and depending on the model you use, you can wirelessly sync these up with different devices. So in the box, if you're to get one, it will come with a USB-C cord like that, so you can hook up to your PC or an Android phone or whatever you want to connect to. And then they'll also have a Bluetooth little dongle like that. You can put that on your PC and play wirelessly that way. You don't need to have the wire. And separately, since they were originally going to send me like the X10 or one of the newer models or something like that, they decided to send me this bad boy separately so that I could show off the mobile gaming aspect of it, because mobile games are kind of getting crazier and crazier all the time, and I'm decently interested in having a controller that I can use. So it just slips in that easily, and then it's adjustable like that for like really any size of phone. But an iPhone, for example, will just slot right in there like that. And then you can play your games just like that. That bad boy's on there. You can do whatever you want. So if you sync it up with it, you pretty much have like a PlayStation Portal or a Switch or Steam Deck, just like that. Play mobile games like, PUBG Mobile, COD Mobile. There's a mobile Assassin's Creed coming out. There's all kinds of different mobile games now that are getting pretty crazy. So it's kind of cool to have a controller to do that. And the best thing about these guys, the reason I was down to make the video, is that they are super affordable from what I've seen, like especially when I've used like a DualSense Edge is, I think, clocking over like $300, whereas this controller in this video, the 9110, is only going to run you, I believe, $50. It's definitely a lighter controller, but they do have a newer model now that has mechanical buttons and stuff like that, and there's different tiers to it, but even the most expensive one is really only going to be like 80, maybe 100, down to like 50 for the 9110. And like I said, the back buttons are programmable, so it comes with a little guidebook in there as well on how you set them. And from what I've seen, you can set like a combination on the button as well, which is really cool for fighting games. So you can make like up B into just one press on the back, which is kind of interesting. I'm planning to use this thing for Multiversus when it comes out here soon. But that's my main spiel anyways. Like I said, this is the 9110, but you can just look up SMX, Easy SMX controllers. You'll see them. They all, from what I've seen, I've looked into most of them, all have 5-star reviews, at least on their site. Pretty good reviews on Amazon as well. The only reason I didn't get one of the newer models to show you guys is because they were out of stock in Canada. But you need to check the model if you're going to get one to see if it's compatible with whatever device you want to use it on. Like this one won't work with an iPhone, but the model, I think a few above this, the newer ones, are able to do Bluetooth with iPhones, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, other than that, you can use it for Steam, you can use it for whatever you'd like. Yeah, some of them work on console too. Like this one I think works on a PS3 or something like that. It probably would work on a newer console as well. But all that said, let's cut down to the gaming zone. We'll try out the controller just on like a Steam game or something like that to show you guys how it works in action. But in general, it's just a normal controller, lighter than like, the price and the weight are kind of tied together. So it's got a feel of kind of like a Wii Pro controller or like a Switch Pro controller if you've ever used those type. But it feels good. The buttons are responsive, everything. The face buttons, maybe. These ones are probably like the weakest of all of it. But everything on here in general feels pretty good. And yeah, we'll cut down to some gameplay. I'm just in the edit right now and completely forgot that also you guys can use the code GET9110, it looks like this, on their official website, and that'll give you 10% off. And they also said that they were going to do, for the first week after this video goes up, that's going to go to 15% off. So if you guys are interested in getting a 9110, you can use the code GET9110. I believe it also works on the Amazon store, but it definitely works on their own website's store, and that'll give you 15% off for the first week, and then it'll go back to 10% off just for you guys. So check that one out. It's already a steal of a deal, but an extra 15% on top of that, can't miss with that. Alright, I've got it plugged right into the computer now. It was easy, I just plugged it in and it's already saying it's gonna work with Steam. I didn't have to do anything crazy. And yeah, you can see here you can turn the light brighter or dimmer, or just have it off. I kind of like it on dim though. It's not like you're looking at it anyways, but let's check it out in a game here on Steam. Alright, here we are in RoboQuest. The new update for this game just came out. I've been trying to get into it. So we're here. I've never played this game with a controller before, but it does already seem to be working. Works like a charm. Here we are in game. I mean, you can't see my hands. I'll hold my hands way up here. But it is working. It's doing its thing. Look at that. I'm using a controller. I'm a controller gamer. Reload. There's my ability. All the stuff you'd expect. What's kind of cool is too, I always use a DualSense for PC gaming, and then all the buttons are always like wrong on screen. You know, like it always says A or B or whatever, but now I guess it'll actually be correct. So if you like to use a controller on Steam for whatever reason with your games, now you can with this bad boy right here. And we're going to try a quick run of RoboQuest. We're not going to do a whole thing. We're just going to do a little bit of a run. Let's grab ourselves the little 8K. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, and it's got vibration? This bad boy vibrates. You don't get that with the DualSense on Steam. Oh yeah, there's vibrating on this bad boy. I didn't know that was gonna work with Steam. That's actually pretty cool then. We're straight up vibing right now. Oh. Gotta get used to playing a controller in this game. Bang. I'm blasting. Having vibration on a PC game is so weird. I've never played RoboQuest with vibration like this before. This is cool. Oh, I'm sorry, blasting. I mean, the controller feels really good, honestly. I know, like, I'm making a video reviewing it, but if it was bad, I would tell you guys. Quite honestly, I think you guys probably know, if you've seen any of this stuff that I've reviewed, that I'm not gonna give you no nonsense. There's like no input lag of any kind. Obviously, I'm wired, but that's still something worth mentioning. How do I crouch? Oh, here we go. It feels good. It just feels like I'm playing with a controller on Steam. Who would have thought? Getting used to the controls on this is a little weird. So that's the only thing, and once your brain locks in, after a little while, you'll be good to go. And, you know, there's a lot of reasons people might just prefer playing with a controller. I usually would play with the keyboard and mouse over a controller, at least in an FPS like this. But there's so many different genres of games that, you know, some games like fighting games, for example, are just straight up better on a controller. Like, inarguably, they just are better on a controller. So there's, you know, plenty of reasons why you would use a controller. It doesn't, if you only play shooter games and you're thinking you might not want it or something like that, there's all kinds of different things. And plus, if you do just like playing with a controller, this bad boy's got the back buttons, which I haven't even bothered to program yet, but using those would probably be pretty cool as well. And for the price of only $50, like, I know I'm saying only, but when you compare that to the prices of other controllers, especially with back buttons, it's just like surprising. Like, I was expecting, in all honesty, a lower quality sort of controller for that price, but instead what I'm getting is pretty good. Like, there's nothing here that's really standing out as not being great. it seems like a pretty good steal for the price. Alright, we're going to try and customize ourselves a back button here. What we're going to do is hold down the back button and then press back right here. Then I want it to be B on the back. I hit B, and now I press it again, and now my back button is B. It should just be that easy right there. So now I can slide with this button here, and you can set one on here, you can set one on here, one on here. You can have slide, jump, reload, all kinds of stuff. You can make it so you never have to take your thumb off of aiming, which is pretty cool. So you can set all these face buttons as a back button if you want. And it also says for fighting games and stuff especially, you can set a combination as a back. So you could press like A and B, and you could set that as a back button. So for whatever reason, you know, if you want like grab or something like that in a Mortal Kombat, a Street Fighter, you could set that as a single press. You don't have to hit a bunch of different stuff. I assume it can do D-pad as well. So you could set like a over B as one button, which is kind of cool. You know, playing like Smash Brothers or something. Multiversus is coming out. You can set your up B just as a single press. You don't have to up B. You can just press that and he'll do his up B. So that's kind of interesting too. I think for a fighting game this would be pretty cool. I'm interested to try it out with Multiversus when that does come back next month. I'm feeling pretty good about this controller. It seems pretty good. It's got good reviews online too. Like I said, there's going to be a link in the description. You can check out the controller for yourself. Looking at the SMX 9110, the one that I was showing off today, it's got like 4,500 reviews on Amazon with a 4.2. It's got a 4.6 on SMX's site itself with 200 reviews. It's got like all really good reviews here, honestly, just like looking at general audiences. And like I said, for the price, you could look at it on Amazon and just kind of wait for it to go on sale even if you wanted to, and at that point you're getting a crazy deal. But like I said, there's also going to be a link in the description for you guys to check that out. Thank you so much to Easy SMX for sending me the controller to show off to you guys. This is one of the first sort of deals like this I've ever done, which is really cool. It's cool to just have a physical controller like this sent to me. I guess I'm in the big leagues now, what can I say? Other than that, though, this is not like a paid positive review. I'm not being told that I have to say it's good, anything like that. I've now used it a little bit. I've been looking at it for a while now. I read a bunch of reviews about it. I am overall pretty impressed. I'm going to give it some try myself, like I said, on fighting games for sure, on Steam in the future. I might just use this instead of using a DualSense on Steam. You know, there's less like button confusion, plus you can have back buttons. Like I can't use back buttons just on a normal DualSense on a PC, and since I can set these ones to be anything I want, I'm gonna probably be able to do some cheeky stuff like that. And yeah, it just seems like a really decent controller. Racing games too, like everyone hates playing racing games with a keyboard where you're, you know, 90 degrees, you have to use WASD. Using this for a racing game on PC, it would be pretty sick, especially with the back buttons. I was playing Turismo myself and found that like being able to, if you drive manually, use like upshift and downshift on back buttons is actually super clean. It's really nice because you don't have to like mess around with any face buttons. You can just be on the sticks and then, you know, shifting up and shifting down using back buttons. So for fighting games, for racing games, anything like that, this is going to be a really, really good controller. I'm actually excited to use that on PC. 1-year warranty, 30-day money back. Can't really go wrong with the price either. $50 for a controller with back buttons, customizable vibration, RGB. That's pretty cool little controller. Thank you again to Easy SMX. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Keep an eye out. This is going to make an appearance in a Multiversus video at the end of May when that game comes back. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you've tried the controller, let me know what you think. If you're going to check it out, let me know as well. One more time before the end, wanted to remind you guys that you can use the code GET9110 for 15% off during the first week of this video going up. Then it goes down to 10% off after that. Perfect controller to have for playing Hades 2 that just came out. You're definitely going to want a controller for that. Great for racing games, fighting games. Multiversus is about to come out as well. Any games like that, controller, you're going to be having a better time. So check out the 9110. Thank you again to Easy SMX for the sort of like sponsorship video to show you guys the controller. And that's about it. See you guys in the next one. Bye.